I'm with Willow Weber from Eden Body Art. Willow, tell us about your tattoo style.
I do vintage painterly style with a lot of Art Nouveau inspiration, and Deanna James, the owner of our studios, inspired me a lot with her painterly style. I also get inspired by Mark Wade with his like painterly florals and stuff. So, but I love anything vintage and old. So I feel like that really comes out in my artwork a lot.
It does. It does. I've seen your work, and I also follow you on Instagram. So where is this tattoo shop located? Is it just one shop?
Yeah, right now it's just one studio. It's in Dallas, Texas, over by the Galleria in North Dallas, Addison area. Yeah. So yeah, but we have like I think 9 artists right now, resident artists, and we do a lot of guest artists and seminars and things like that. It's the best studio in the world, honestly.
I've seen. I mean, like I said, I follow you guys, and all the tattoos, like from everybody there, is consistent, and it's beautiful and vibrant and resilient. I don't know. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. You know. And I'm like, one of these days I want to make a trip over there and get a nice tattoo, maybe on my back.
Colton and Deanna really got like an amazing team together. They really spend a lot of time on interviewing and making sure the artists they bring in are not only talented, but work well and are like great people.
It's important, especially with the team morale and everything. Everything just flows and everything's in sync.
Yes, very much so.
So, how old were you when you started tattooing?
I started tattooing when I was 24.
Nice.
But I started tattooing like during the COVID era. Like COVID really happened around the same time I was like in my early year of tattooing. So it was like kind of a mess. So I've been tattooing for 4 years now, and it's definitely the past 2 years have probably been the most influential on me since I started working at Eden, and I really got like under the wing of people who could like help me grow to be where I wanted to be. So
is this something, the tattoo life, is this something that you've always wanted, or it just happened one day and you're an artist and then said, why not? Or
it was weird. I started getting tattooed at 14 out of the house, by my friend, and I was always hanging out with tattoo artists and spending time at the shop. I was in college for art and kind of felt very depressed and didn't know where to go, and I was an art history major, and my friends who worked at the tattoo shop were like, why aren't you here? Like, why aren't you? So I got an apprenticeship. I left school, and I don't know, it just clicked for me. I think for me it seemed impossible. Like it seemed like this mountain of like, how do you even do that?
Right.
And then until I actually challenged myself and said, just do it, just try it, and then it just worked out. So I don't know, I'm not gonna say it's easy by any means. It's a lot of dedication and hard work. I gave up a lot of friendships and a lot of things like that to dedicate my life to it. But I mean, it's worth it in the end. I feel so fulfilled. Like at the end of a tattoo, I get jazzed. I'm just like, like I go home and I'm like, I'm ready for the next one.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, we're walking around with art on our bodies. It's something beautiful and something that not everybody has, but at some point, I guess they'll want one, and once you want one, it's like, I want another one. Bigger.
I love, I do a lot of self-harm scar cover-up and a lot of surgery scar cover-up. That's like something that I really, really love, and I take a lot of pride in, because to see someone who struggled so hard with something like self-harm or something like that, and then to see them, like the first thing they don't see is the scars, they see a beautiful tattoo. And that is such a good feeling. You're just like, yes, I gave that to you. You're almost giving themselves back to themselves, so I love that. So
I love that you're doing that. It means a lot to me. I got a little tattoo here. So
the semicolon. I love that.
I love that. And it was just like, I gotta do this. I want to do it now. And I love what it stands for. And I'm not sure if you watch Supernatural. I have their bracelet that Jared Padalecki made.
Always keep fighting. I love that. That's so cool. I love that. That's cool.
Well, it's been really nice meeting you, Willow.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
If it's okay, we can stop by where you work at the studio. And
absolutely. Colton and Deanna would love to have you guys. All right. It was wonderful meeting you. Thank you so much.
I'm with JP, co-owner of Demon Ink from Houston, Texas. Tell us, JP, tell us about your tattoo style.
Tattoo style, well, I'm one of those tattoo artists that kind of ranges from style to style. So it's when it comes to tattooing, I love everything about it. I love all the styles. So it's kind of hard to keep up with, just styles in general. So a lot of guys and girls are, they like to perfect their one style. I enjoy doing color realism, black and gray realism, Japanese, neo-traditional, so I'm kind of a jack of all trades.
So how long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing about going on 14 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then you were telling me that at the tattoo shop, how many tattooers do you have?
Between me and my co-owner Eric James, I think we got about another 6 other artists under us. So yeah, we got a full shop. We got a piercer.
Nice.
We got a good solid team right now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And do you do a lot of traveling on conventions, or are you particular for where you go?
I try to at least 3 or 4 times a year. I like to venture out, whether it be in Texas or Florida or California. Definitely going to try and do some guest spots this year
Nice.
with some heavy hitter tattoos. You learn a lot when you're swimming with bigger sharks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's if you stay in your one little bubble and your one little fish tank, you're never going to grow. So I think it's
Exactly.
very important to constantly be traveling, and you get energy from different artists. So that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the trust when a client
Definitely.
comes right into it with just full reign and trust. I really appreciate that.
Right.
A lot of artists appreciate that. I feel like the best work comes out when you have that trust.
Exactly.
So it's very important.
Do you have any advice for first-time clients that never had a tattoo that's like their first?
Do your research. Really do your research on the artist that is fit for you.
Yeah.
Not every artist can pull off what you're wanting. So don't trust every artist out there.
Yeah.
Make sure that their portfolio is solid, and the artist is not an asshole. Is not a arrogant person.
Right.
That you
Exactly.
gotta really gel with your
Yes.
artist. So I think that's very important.
That's true.
Yeah.
So do you feel that women sit a lot better in a session than men?
I think 7 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. Women sit
For
better.
sure.
I feel like y'all are engineered for pain. That sounds weird, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But no, I think women sit great. There's usually the bigger guys sit less. It's weird. Yeah.
That's what I heard. Like the bigger guys is like,
Yeah. 2-hour session.
I know.
Yeah, women like 10-hour sessions.
Yeah. What's the longest session you ever done?
On my buddy Keith, we went 14 hours that day.
Damn.
Yeah, we went 14 hours. Of course, we took breaks, but it was a long day. It was a long.
Was that like arm or chest?
It was on his back, so we got a total of 85 hours, 85 to 90 hours on his back. It goes all the way back down to his knees. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, do you recall what your first tattoo was on you?
I didn't start getting tattooed till I was like 25 years old, 24, 25. So I waited a little bit, and that's when Japanese tattooing was kind of blowing up again.
Yeah.
So I started off with a half sleeve to a chest cap right here. So that was my first tattoo. I don't have like one weird little one.
Yeah. Like I got it when I was 22.
Yeah, I wish I had a funny story, but nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
Hi guys, I'm with Tyler Wright, or is it wrong?
Could be wrong, could be right, but
I noticed that. I was like, wait a minute, you threw me off. I had to memorize your last
we'll let
name.
them decide, yeah.
Exactly. So Tyler, you have a tattoo shop?
So I don't own it. Alex, the other artist that I'm tattooing with, he owns the shop, but I'm just one of the artists that works there, one of the resident artists.
Oh, awesome. So then that's Alliance Tattoo Studio?
Alliance Tattoo Studio, yep, in New Braunfels, Texas.
So what is your tattoo style?
Neo-traditional. Neo-traditional and Japanese are my bread and butter. Those are my two favorites. It's neo-traditional is what I got into with, and then Japanese is kind of what I transitioned into, and so now I just do both, you know.
That's pretty
I built
awesome.
up a client with neo-traditional, so, you know.
Yeah, keep it that way. It's
keep
consistent.
It that way. Yeah.
That means money
I can't ignore anybody.
That's true. So how long have you been tattooing?
About 6 years.
6 years?
6 years. 6 years this March.
Now I noticed that you have some masks on the table. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I just basically sculpt all this stuff in my free time. This is, I've always wanted to get into doing like anything for movies. Has pretty much been my goal, you know what I mean? So this was one of the first big things I sculpted, and that was just because I always wanted a replica of the bank robber mask from The Dark Knight, and I had never seen anybody make one that I wanted to buy or wanted to spend money on, and so I was like, I guess I'll just do it myself, and so that was one of the main, that was one of the first big sculptures I actually did myself, and yeah, it just kind of spawned all this other stuff, and now it's just something I love to do in the free time that I have, you know what I mean? It keeps me busy when I'm not busy. So.
Right. if you had to choose to do either or, what would you choose to do?
I think right now in my life, I would probably go with sculpting. Yeah. Honestly, just because I've been tattooing for a few years. I feel like I've done it. You know what I mean? I feel like I figured it out. I feel like I figured out the medium, and that's the fun of it for me, is figuring out the medium of the different art forms. Right. So yeah, I definitely am more focused on nailing sculpting and painting and makeup and stuff like that more than I am tattooing. I feel like I'm comfortable with my tattooing, so I'm more focused on that.
Got it.
Right.
Who's your favorite slasher horror villain?
Ghostface. Gotta be Ghostface. Scream. Yes. That's my favorite. Yeah. That's my favorite. That's my favorite slasher villain. That's my favorite slasher movie. I got one of the original masks from Scream 4 at home, so I'm super stoked about that. That's like my prized possession. Yeah. If there was a fire, I'd grab that. But
that's true.
But that's my favorite slasher for sure. But I love all horror. Yeah. And American Werewolf in London is incredible. Yes. So everything Rick Baker did is incredible. But
I agree.
Can't shout him out enough. But.
Do you sell your masks or?
Yeah, I do when I can. Yeah. You know, people mainly follow me for tattoos, so I don't get a lot of people hit me up for masks or sculptures or anything like that. But when I can, I do. I love to. I love to get it out there. You know what I mean? Would
you ever try to do the Terrifier mask?
Yes, yes. Which this was almost the Terrifier mask. Yeah, I was in the middle of sculpting it. I was like, it was like I could go Terrifier, or I could make it the Hanya that I did, and I ended up making it the Hanya, but I was like this close to making art.
Well, Tyler, it was really great meeting you.
Yeah, it was great meeting you guys. It was super cool. It was fun getting to chat.
I'm with Maria Flair from Flair Wolves Tattoo Shop. Tell us, Maria, about your tattoo style.
So I consider myself more of an illustrative artist. I do a lot of neo-trad traditional work, a lot of like illustrative painterly. I like a lot of color. I do a lot of animals, floral, and that's pretty much the style that I've been like kind of sticking into. I can do a lot of black and gray. Oh wow. I'm kind of like doing everything, but color and like animals are more of my specialty.
That's more of your passion where it goes there. When did you start being a tattoo artist?
I actually started back in March last year, so I've only been tattooing for about 10 months.
Wow.
Professionally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so come March this year, I will have made my full year of tattooing.
So were you an apprentice at some tattoo shop before, or you just kind of learned on your own?
I'm kind of like a bit of both, like a little bit of a hybrid. I had originally gone the route of like an apprenticeship for about 6 months, ended up not kind of like working out, and I ended up going off on my own and kind of like becoming self-taught. And I say self-taught, but honestly, like most of how I've learned is just from experience of getting tattooed, coming to conventions like this, asking questions, meeting with a lot of artists and networking. and that's primarily how I've gotten as far as I have.
Yeah.
And before I was a tattoo artist, I've had like over a decade in art, like professionally, so I kind of like brought that in with me, so I felt like that kind of gave me a start.
Tell us a little bit about your art.
These canvases here are actually some old paintings that I had done way before I was doing tattooing, and I like to, you know, display them because it's like, this is how I kind of started. Like I think at the time when I had done these paintings, I was like a banker. I'll like sometimes look back at these like, wow, I had the makings of like just looking at them like, I was probably meant to be a tattoo artist long ago, and it just took me a while to catch up. So I work at a shop in Leander, which is the outskirts of Austin. It's called Inspire Inc. It's owned by a tattoo artist named Lizzie. And she's been really awesome. She gave me the opportunity to come out here because I'm originally from San Antonio and I moved up to Austin to come work. Oh, nice. Okay, that's why we were drawn to each other.
Right?
It's like we knew.
It worked out.
Yeah. I'm hoping this year I'm going to be doing more conventions and more seminars so I can like improve my craft and get better.
Would you say that females sit a lot better in the sessions than men do?
Oh, definitely.
I've been asking.
Definitely, facts. Yes.
I've been asking that question. Everybody's like, yes. Before I even finish, I'm like, that's what I thought.
Yeah, guys are not afraid to vocalize when they're like in pain. Women will just
tough it out, man.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself letting the client know like their tattoo idea is not a good idea for them, like what they're going for?
Like, I will always give like somebody my professional opinion, like, hey, maybe this tattoo or this idea, really awesome idea, but maybe there's like a better approach for it. Like maybe it'll look better in color. Maybe we can like subtract like the lettering it because it doesn't need it, because sometimes it can be redundant, or like sometimes placement's a big one. Like, you know, sometimes people want things in the center of their bag, but like it might look better like upwards, or like maybe something that's good on the calf might look better like on the forearm. And I'll always give my opinion, but at the end of the day, it's whatever the client wants.
Right. How much of it is the trust?
The trust, like, it's even better if my client like gives me 100% trust, because it is a very intimate thing. I mean, I'm tearing needles into your skin, so like I hope you trust me to give you something that's permanent. Yeah,
that's true. Oh my God. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and since I know you're from San Antonio, I don't know if you have family there, but hopefully we can hang out or something. I really wish you guys the best.
Thank you.
So I know you'll go far. I mean, you've come this far, man. It's amazing.
I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I worked really hard. Thank you.
Thanks for meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Hey everyone, I'm with Eric from Demon Ink in Houston.
Yes.
Tell us about your artwork and everything that you do.
Well, I tattoo, but I would consider myself an artist that tattoos, not just like no offense to the community, don't get shot or anything. It's just saying, look, there are people that just tattoo and create, but I was an artist before I became a tattoo artist. So I want to say that we're more of like a artist-based shop, because everybody in the shop, they draw, they paint, they do other things. I have a band as well. So
what's the name of your band? You gotta put it out there.
Kerosene Shores. We're actually throwing a festival, tattoo festival / music festival, March 5th. It's going to be called Mark the Soul. My band's going to be headlining because our CD's coming out the night before, so it's like a big celebration for not just the band, but we're doing this for the very first time, and we're really excited about it.
I would be too, man. It's freaking badass.
It is.
So where is this
It's at Rise Rooftop Lounge. Big spot. Not as big as this. It's not, we're not there yet. We got like maybe 18 to 20 artists.
Yeah.
Whoop-a-doo! But we got 9 bands. It's going to be solid. The whole night, like 12 to 10, it's just going to be booked up. It's like really good shit.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I might want to hit that up.
You should. You should. Bring your camera.
So we noticed that you draw a lot of your flash.
Yes, all of the stuff that you see there is hand drawn. Unless, like I said, I get a portrait in my hands, I'm gonna trace that. Yeah. Because if grandmama is missing a tooth, I'm gonna trace around the tooth, and she's gonna be missing a tooth in the portrait.
Right, that's true.
I'm gonna give you the picture you sent me. So be very mindful of what pictures you give your tattoo artists.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna just give grandmama a $5,000 tooth that's not there.
Exactly. How much free reign do you like? You know.
I honestly, if somebody just wants to be a canvas and they just want me to do whatever I want to do, that's great. But if it's something meaningful, I would really like for people to point me in the direction that they want. They can send me 1,000 pictures, that's great. But I'm not gonna copy them.
Exactly.
It just shows me where their mindset is and how they envision their tattoo coming out.
Right.
It's like, oh, you want photorealism, okay. Oh, you like this kind of shit. Oh, which glove am I gonna put on today? You know, which hat am I gonna wear?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I'm not a master of any style. I think that I'm just pretty good at what I can do, which is just draw. I drew my life story on my arm. I gave this to JP to tattoo it on me, and he did a bang up job. So yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an octopus like me. Got 1,000 ideas. Some of them work, some of them don't. Everything is connected to the corazón.
Yes.
So you're tattooing, you know, and he watches over my time, my money, my family, and everything that I love.
I love that. The whole story. And
vocalist.
Yes. The mic. Do you find yourself like every tattoo for everybody has a story to it?
Not everybody has a story. I wish they did. I mean, because that's where my strength is you know, tattooing stories, storytelling, so to speak.
Right.
When people are just like impulsive, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, I just want a rose and a skull. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want that? I don't know. It's just cool. I'm like, it's cool to get paid for that.
Exactly.
Come on down.
Oh my goodness.
But if it's something that it's meaningful and you know they want to take their time about it and they've done their research, they found me. If I tell them, dude, I got like 2-month wait advance, you know, like it's not that bad. Because I used to be 4.5 months 5 years ago. It's a train wreck. Especially like when your family starts getting sick, like my dad, no longer with us. God rest his soul.
Same
Dad.
here.
But when that kind of happens, your clients, they want to be, you know, kind of considerate, but at the same time, they want what they want.
Right.
You know, and I'm not the kind of person to put my sad sobbing stories on Facebook, get all the, oh my God, condolences and prayers. Oh, shut up. Shut up. If you really know me, you'll call me and you'll know what's going on. If you don't really know me, I don't need you to be all, oh, that poor guy.
Yeah.
What is that going to do for me? Nada.
Won't change anything.
I'm not an attention-seeking whore. Wow, you owe me a Coke.
So, which one was your first tattoo?
My very first tattoo?
Yeah. It's okay, we can see it.
I did it on myself.
Yeah?
Because I was learning. No, actually, it's right here. My very first tattoo was, it's a little kanji. And I did that completely wrong. The 3 other guys in my band at the time, and we all got it done with this booty ass machine in the garage, one after the other. Didn't even change out needles. It was guitar string, the whole nine. The way you were not supposed to do it.
Wow.
Y'all don't repeat that story. I'm just kidding.
It's a good story though.
But that was my first tattoo, and then when I wanted to start tattooing, nobody wanted to teach me. In Houston, my old stomping ground, right? They all told me to go fuck myself. After I think the 8th go fuck yourself, I was like, that might kind of feel kind of good. So I went home and started learning on my legs. I got 4 portraits here. I got Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, and what's supposed to be John Lennon, but after 5 hours, he stayed looking like Harry Potter. Fuck that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, nah, man, some little guy with glasses. He looked like Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I really have never seen any of the movies, but I'm just saying that's why it's unfinished.
It's like badass Harry Potter, man.
Inner thigh, man. Oh, my God. I wanted to punch myself in the face. I'm like, what am I doing to myself? Stop. I think we've got this. And so that's how I learned.
Yeah.
That's how I started. Because nobody wanted to teach me.
I mean, you have the art down and everything.
Yeah, I just needed to learn the instrument, some techniques, trial and error, but you're only going to be able to do that as soon as you jump in.
Exactly.
So you can sit there and draw and know everything about the machine and depth and all that shit. All that education don't mean shit. It's a very on-the-job kind of learning. You have to get in skin to feel all that training, how is that going to affect your application? Because you're not going to do it exactly like that. Maybe you will at first, but you're going to figure out trial and error, technique, and be like, oh, this works better for me this way. Or I like it like this.
Exactly.
And that's how you learn. You get faster at it. Not like you're rushing through tattoos or anything like that, but you don't want to sit there killing your client on a 7-hour outline that you could do now for like 3 hours, Just figuring shit out, speeding the machine up. Not because you're trying to hurt anybody, but hey, it's going to hurt no matter what.
Yeah.
You want to be here 3 hours or 7 hours?
But some people like that sensation, the pain.
Yeah, I know. They call them crazies.
They call crazy.
Tan locos.
Locos.
Locos. Yeah, it's usually ladies that are like that because dudes, sorry guys, we're a bunch of pussies out here. Women have nuts bigger than ours when it comes to pain. Y'all know that. All of y'all know that.
100. Oh my God.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. I like to watch it over and over again. Oh my God. Okay, so we'll be looking out for your CD.
Yes, please.
You know,
we're on Spotify and everything right now. We have like maybe 9 songs out, but this is going to give us another 8. So it should be good. I mean, you're doing that whole don't release a whole album at once because everybody's attention spans all. What the fuck? They like a song 1 minute, they're scrolling the next minute. You see ass on the, oh, don't do this, or scrub your balls with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a highway information, just too much, man. So
TMI,
we do songs every season. We put out a song like maybe twice a year.
Wow.
And now we're doing 8 at once, so it's like about time.
So what instrument do you play? Or are you the singer?
Yeah.
The singer?
Y'all should check it out.
It was very nice meeting you, Eric.
You too.
I really want to go to that gig that you guys are having, man.
You got about a month and like 5 weeks.
Do they have that on your Instagram?
It's on, the information is all on social media. You can go to Facebook and look up Mark the Soul Tattoo Festival. It's already there. It's like 400 people trying to go.
Oh.
And it hasn't even been promoted yet. We're promoting it on the 5th.
Wow, that says a lot.
Yeah, we'll see how many of these people say they're gonna come.
Yeah.
I just want to show that I'm interested.
Oh my God.
Don't click the button if you're not gonna come, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
It's just letting me know that they saw it and they're thinking about it. Don't think, just do.
Yeah.
Be the joker about it.
Yep.
Anyway.
Thanks, Eric.
No, you got it. Sorry, I was getting this at the same time.
Everybody's either doing elbow, la otra.